So today, peach jalapeno jam. I'm really excited that it's peach season. So what I'm doing first is I am cutting up probably about 6 peaches. You need 3 cups of crushed peaches for this recipe. So it's probably going to be somewhere in that, and it depends on the size of your peaches. And make sure you do not include anything that, like a little bruise or anything, don't include that in there. Just your beautiful fresh peaches. Make sure you've gotten all your skin off. And I try not to get too much of the red pitted area in it. So I just kind of cut that out, but the girls are gonna benefit. They're gonna have some peaches today. They're gonna love it. See, I'm just doing about this size piece, and then I'm gonna use my potato masher, and I will crush them. So I will be back when I'm all peeled. Okay, this is what it looks like. I have some chunks in there. I don't want it completely smooth, but I have 3 cups of crushed peaches. So now I get to do the jalapenos, which, make sure you use gloves. You know, I feel like sometimes it even goes through the gloves, you know, depending on how hot your jalapenos are. So what you want to do, let's see, we need a 1/2 cup of jalapeno peppers. If you don't want to use jalapeno, you don't have to. If you want more heat, use habanero. You can switch out peppers, you can switch them out. So if you want to use just bell pepper and not have any heat, you can do that, as long as you're using the same amount, 1/2 cup finely chopped peppers. All right, I am not sure how many peppers a 1/2 cup is going to, how many peppers we're going to need for a 1/2 cup, but I have some colors that I'm going to use, and I'm going to cut the tops off and cut them in half. And I want to take the peppers out. Be extra careful here if you do not have gloves. You know what I've done when I didn't have gloves? I put baggies over my hands. That works too. So you want to take your seeds out and the rind part. Be careful not to cut your gloves, which I might have just done. I hope not. Okay, I'm going to take this rind out. And all the seeds. Oh, they smell wonderful. They really do. Be careful on that. My peppers got eaten by the bunny, so I did not get any jalapenos, but I did get some bell peppers. Not a lot though, just a few, which was very disappointing. My garden was a fail this year, a total fail. I don't get why, but I guess the balance in my garden is off. So I have to look into that, because I can't have a garden that's not working. I'm going to start with these 3, and these peppers were actually from one of my husband's co-workers. Got some nice jalapeno peppers in his garden. So these are nice and fresh peppers, fresh out of the garden. All right, so I'm going to finally chop these up. get rid of all these seeds. All right, we're gonna rinse them. No, I don't wanna rinse them. That's okay. Just try and get it all off. Make sure your peppers don't have any blemishes. Then just finely chop them. And I will tell you, this is not easy with gloves on. Because I feel like I'm going to get the tips of my gloves. Doesn't give you good access to the pepper. All right, I'm going to chop them up about this size. Can you see? About that size. I think that's probably good. And then I will be back when I have a half a cup. Okay, are you ready? I got my 1/2 cup of jalapeno peppers chopped up, and it ended up being about 6 peppers. So it depends on the size of your peppers too. So in my pan, I am going to add my 3 cups of crushed peaches. And I am going to add my 1/2 cup of jalapenos. Oh, it looks so pretty already. And now what I need is 1 cup of water, which I'm going to get out of the fridge, or filtered water. I need 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. You want to make sure that it has 5% acidity whenever you're preserving. 3/4 cup. And I'm going to need 3/4 cup of lemon juice. And you do want to make sure that you use bottled lemon juice for this one. Okay, now I'm going to get my 1 cup of water, and I'll be back. 1 cup of water. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to turn my heat up to almost high, and this has to come to a boil. Okay, so now I've turned the heat on about medium high. This has to come up to a boil, and once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to simmer it for 20 minutes. That gives the fruit and the jalapeno peppers some time to cook. So that started boiling. So now I put my lid on and I turned it down to low so it can simmer for 20 minutes. So I am going to use 8-ounce mason jars, and I have filled my water bath canner up with enough water to cover the jars. And my jars have been washed. So now I'm going to turn this on high and let my jars start to get ready. They're going to sterilize. Oh, what's this one? Do I have an extra one? Let's see. Put that one in too. Okay, so keep the lid on. Let your jars warm up and sterilize. You're going to have a hot product. It has to go into a hot mason jar. And then we're going to water bath can it. Okay. Okay, we are going to need next 1 package of pectin and 4 cups of sugar. So I'm going to get that measured out so I can just pour it directly in. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4. So once that simmers for 20 minutes, we will add our pectin and our sugar. Then we'll be back. All right, so now we are going to add our pectin. So we are going to put this back up to high. We are going to add our pectin, 1 box. And then after you add your pectin, you want to stir it all the time, and you want to bring it back up to a boil. After it comes back up to a boil, we are going to add 4 cups of sugar. This smells absolutely amazing. It's going to be so good. This is perfect for like your charcuterie board. Oh my goodness, with your different cheeses and crackers, and oh, you put this jalapeno jam on there. It is amazing with cheese. All right, we are back up to a boil. Now I'm going to add 4 cups of sugar. And keep stirring. You do not want your sugar to burn at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, so keep stirring. Now you want this to come up to a rolling boil. Your burner is still on high, so keep stirring, don't stop stirring. Once it comes up to a rolling boil, then we're going to set our timer. All right, here comes our rolling boil. You see how fast that's boiling? And if I try to stir it and calm it down, it does not work. So that's a rapid boil. Now we're going to set our timer for 2 minutes. To constantly stir for your 2 minutes. Once your timer is up, remove it from your burner. Now it's time to can it. We're going to fill our jars. Don't forget, the best and safest way to empty your jars is this way. Be very careful. I also hold my jars with this, but whatever way works for you is what you need to do. And we are going to fill these jars with 1-inch headspace. Actually, I take that back. I think it's a 1/4-inch headspace. You want to wipe your jar really well. Finger tight with your lid. Look at how beautiful that is. In it goes. Fill your jar. 3/4 inch. And the more you preserve, the more you'll get used to where your jars need to be. From looking at like the funnel, you'll be able to tell. And there's a little line. Most funnels, I think, have the little line inside to help guide you as well. Wipe off your rim really well. Finger tight. I'm not exactly sure how many I'm going to get, but I put in, I think, like 8 jars. These are the 8-ounce jars. So I'm hoping to get that many. We'll see. And actually, since it is peach season, I'll probably make another batch because this goes really fast. Everybody in the family loves it. Now, I'm not a huge hot pepper fan, but actually the next one I might do with just no jalapeno and do just peppers. I might do that for myself. Just water on my napkin, but I know a lot of people use vinegar. But I'm sure whichever way you want to do it is fine. I would imagine that the vinegar, especially with sugary items, probably cleans it better than the water. So I probably should have used vinegar this time because there's a lot of sugar in the peaches. Today's going to be a busy day. I have to get all sorts of things done. It's time to make some more food for the girls. They are out. Oh my goodness, I had them out this morning, and where I was drinking my coffee this morning, oh, I seen something fly by real low, and the girls scattered. I'm like, oh no, there's a hawk out there. That is my worst fear. But the girls knew it. They knew it meant danger, and they ran underneath the bench, which was fantastic. So I made sure to put them in unless I'm out there with them, because I am not going to let that thing get my girls. Ooh, how many are we going to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Number 7. Oh, we're definitely going to get 8. I think we're definitely get 8. Go. Make sure that you have fresh lid and it's been washed and your rim has been washed. Last one, this is number 8. Oh, this is perfect. Whoops. What if I put the funnel in there? Getting ahead of myself. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. There's like a smidgen in the pan that I'm going to enjoy. Look at that. my goodness. So, fresh one, you can never reuse those. The best thing to do is when you mark on top, that way you know it's been used and you can't use it again. But you can reuse your rings. Just make sure there's no rust or anything on them. In we go, we got exactly 8. So now, you want an inch of water over your jars, the tops of your jars. And we are gonna turn that up to high. We're gonna let that come up to a rapid boil. And once it comes up to a rapid boil, we will set our timer for 10 minutes and we'll be back. All right, our timer went off, 10 minutes. Now just turn off the heat. Let your water calm down. And look at that. Look at that. Peach jalapeno jam. Enjoy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this out and you're gonna let it sit undisturbed for 24 hours. Take your ring off and make sure that your jar is sealed. Now, if for any reason your jar didn't seal, just put it in the fridge and you can use it. And if your jar is sealed, then you can remove your ring, put it on your shelf. I think the rule of thumb with lids and staying in place, I think it's 12 months or 18 months, somewhere around there. But it's always gone by then. So we don't have to worry about the expiration date. Oh, did you hear that pop? That means a successful can. That jar can go on the shelf. There we go, last one. I got 8 8-ounce jelly jars. So, this is Linda with Homestead by the Lake. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you make your own.